In this lesson, we will work on interrogative pronouns, basically on the plural of interrogative pronouns. So the question words. What kind of, what, whose, and on some other characterizing words. So let's start with interrogative pronouns, with question words. Again, we got masculine, feminine, neutral, which we will already know, and plural. Again, we got only one plural for all of them. So, for first, let's take kakoy. Kakoy, we already learned it as a demonstrative pronoun. Now, let's learn the meaning which you will have to use, which you will need to know. And this would be what kind of, or what. Kakoy. Ka-koy. Basically, we got exactly the same word as in demonstrative pronoun kakoy. More or less you can forget the demonstrative pronoun because you will use it disproportionately rare compared to the question word kakoy. What kind of or what. So kakoy. For feminine, kakaya. Ka-ya. What kind of for feminine. And for neutral, kakoya. Ka-ko-ye. For plural, какие. Ка-ки-е. Какой, какая, какое, какие. If we got какой, какая, какое, какие, and basically any other question word, and we want to build a sentence with this, we will need to emphasize on this word. So we'll need to raise our intonation on какой, какая, какое, какие, and proceed with the standard intonation along the sentence. Let's work on some examples. So let's take номер. Номер is number, but номер can also be an hotel room. So room inside the hotel. Какая? Let's take fish. Рыба. Рыба. Какое? Какое слово? Word. Слово. For какие? Now we need to build plural. Номер, masculine, ends in R. So to build a plural, we need to add a. If you don't know this, come back to the lessons where we built plural of nouns. This is the standard case. So номер ends in R. We add a in the end. Номера. Номера. Рыба, feminine, because it ends in a, it's feminine, and to make a plural we need to remove a and replace it with y. Рыбы. Рыбы. Fishes. Слово ends in on. It's neutral. Well, it's neutral because it ends in o. We need to replace o with a. Слова. Слова. Words. So, which number? Какой номер? Какой номер? You can also ask какой номер if you are checking in into the hotel. Which room do you have? Какой номер? So, какой номер? Can you hear my intonation? I raise the intonation on какой and proceed номер. Standard intonation, monotonous intonation. Какой номер? Какая рыба? Which fish? Какая рыба? Какое слово? Which word? Or what word? What kind of word? Какое слово? Какие номера? Which numbers? Какие рыбы? Which fishes? Какие слова? Which words? So this is the plural. Try to pronounce after me and write it down. Write it down as a small table for yourself. And now let's take whose. Whose would be чей. Чей. Again, question word. Чей номер. Whose number. Whose room in the hotel, for example. Чей номер. Or whose number. If somebody got a number, so maybe you draw a number for people and you say чей номер. Whose number. Again, чей, because it's a question word, we need to emphasize it. And lower intonation on номер. Чей номер. If you would pronounce it without raising intonation on kakoy, какая, какое, or чей, people will still understand you because чей and какой are question words. So you imply the question while speaking this word. So for feminine, чья. Чья рыба? Whose fish? Whose word? Чье слово? Чье слово? And for plural, we would have чьи. Чьи номера? Whose numbers? Чьи рыбы? Whose fishes? Чьи слова? Whose words? Very important question words. Try to keep them in your head. Don't try to force yourself into memorizing them. Try to keep them in your head, just that we got a gradation according to the gender. And in plural, there is a separate word. And once they're coming, try to remember this lesson and try to, yes, try to get used to them. So, какой, чей, какая, чья, какое, чье, какие, чьи for plural. So basically, those are the new words. Какие номера, чьи рыбы, whose fishes, and what kind of numbers. And I promised you some other characterizing words, and let's take whole. So, whole or all. Весь. Весь. So it's not a question word anymore, it's just characterizing word. You want to say the whole number. Весь номер. Весь номер. Probably it will imply the room inside your hotel. So I got a whole room for myself. Весь номер для меня. So весь номер. Вся. For feminine. Вся. Вся рыба. You want to eat a whole fish. So вся рыба. And word. Все. Все слово. Well, and for plural we would have все. Все номера, все рыбы, все слова. All numbers, all fishes, all words. Все слова, all words. And now let's take self. It's a separate word. However, I think it belongs to this topic, and because it's the last lesson, I want to put it inside. So, I myself, she herself, it itself, and for plural, they themselves. So self would be some. Some. So, and the sentence would be я сам. Я сам. And I'm male, so я сам. That's why I'm saying я сам, because we got masculine. For feminine would be я сама. I myself would be я сама. If I would be a woman, I would say я сама. And let's take for она, because она, it's clearly, it's feminine. Она. Again, она. Emphasize on a. That's why we pronounce it она. If you pronounced она, it's fine. People will understand you. However, try to pronounce the way I'm pronouncing it. So, она сама. Сама. Она сама. So, for neutral, we would have оно. Оно. Оно само. Оно само, it itself. And for plural, we would have сами. Сами. And for plural, we'll take they, они. Они сами. They themselves. Они сами. So, я сам or он сам. So, he himself. Она сама. If you are female, you can say я сама. Она сама. So, for female, we got she herself, or I myself, if I would be female, я сама. Оно само, it itself, and they themselves, они сами. Important, comes very often in Russian language, so try to remember, try to learn.